Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we have an amazing story that's both surprising and heartwarming. The little couple star Zoey Klein secretly married her boyfriend Alex. Zoey is also pregnant and getting ready to welcome a new baby. I'll explain everything. For those who follow the little couple, Zoey has been a household name since she was adopted by Bill Klein and Dr. Jennifer Arnold. We've seen her grow from a curious little girl into a strong, vibrant young woman. But until now, we didn't know she had a huge secret. Zoey secretly married her boyfriend, Alex. The wedding was private, just for their closest family and friends. Picture this: a golden sunset over a vineyard. Rows of grapevines stretch into the distance. It was small, quiet, and incredibly romantic. Zoey said, "Marrying Alex was the best decision I've ever made. He's my rock, my best friend, and the person who truly understands me. We wanted this day to be just ours." Alex said, "Zoey, you're my everything. I promise to protect you, laugh with you, and build a life together." Zoey wore a stunning, simple gown with delicate lace that caught the light. Alex looked handsome in a tailored suit. They exchanged vows they wrote themselves, promising to support each other through everything. There wasn't a dry eye in the vineyard. After the ceremony, they celebrated under the stars. Fairy lights hung from trees, and a guitarist played soft melodies. Their first dance was to Ed Sheeran's Perfect, Zoey's favorite song. Only a few people were there: Zoey's parents, Bill and Jen, a few close friends, and Alex's sister. Bill later said, "Seeing Zoey happy is all we could ask for. Alex is a great guy, and they are perfect together." Zoey and Alex had kept their relationship private for over a year, meeting in secret, avoiding the media, and sharing only with those they trusted. Zoey wanted privacy, and Alex, a down-to-earth graphic designer, agreed. Their love was theirs alone. After the wedding, they spent a romantic weekend in a cozy suite. The room glowed with fairy lights and rose petals. A small table for two held their favorite pizza and chocolate lava cake. Alex made a playlist of their songs. They talked, laughed, shared stories, and danced to John Legend's All of Me. Zoey said, "It was like time stopped. I could feel his heartbeat, and I knew I'd never forget that moment." Alex added, "I'd do anything to keep her smiling." They ended the night curled up watching The Notebook, falling asleep in each other's arms. A few months later, Zoey discovered she was pregnant. She was excited, nervous, and overwhelmed with joy. She waited until Alex came home to tell him. When he saw the positive test, he froze. Then they both hugged and cried. During her first checkup, Dr. Jin confirmed the pregnancy. The first ultrasound showed a tiny but strong heartbeat. Zoey said, "I fell in love right then." Alex whispered, "That's our baby." From that moment, they started planning. They dreamed up names, designed a nursery, and visited baby stores. Every step was filled with excitement and love. Zoey and Alex's story is one of love, secrecy, and joy. From a hidden romance to marriage to expecting their first child, they've built a life together quietly but beautifully. Their happiness is real, heartfelt, and something we can all celebrate. Zoey and Alex have been busy preparing for their baby. They picked out onesies, a crib, and even a little stuffed elephant, Zoey's favorite animal. Alex started sketching a mural for the nursery, while Zoey read every parenting book she could find. Bill and Jen were over the moon. Jen said, "We're so excited to be grandparents. Zoey's going to be an amazing mom." As the months passed, Zoey's baby bump started to show. Alex would stare at her with gooey eyes, saying, "You're glowing, Zoe." One night, Zoey felt the baby kick. At first, it was a tiny flutter, then a full nudge. She grabbed Alex's hand, and they sat there, feeling their little one move. It was the moment that made everything real. They were a family. Now, Zoey's due date is just days away, and excitement is at an all-time high. The couple has been packing hospital bags, setting up the nursery, and preparing for their baby. Zoey said, "I'm a mix of emotions, excited, scared, but mostly just ready. I can't wait to hold our baby and see Alex as a dad." Alex said, "Seeing Zoey like this, she's amazing. I'm counting the minutes until we're a family of 3. The nursery is a masterpiece. Pale blue walls with clouds Alex painted, a rocking chair from Jen, and immobile with tiny stars. Diapers are stacked, bottles washed, and the car seat installed. Zoey practices breathing exercises while Alex supports her through every prenatal appointment and class. There have been challenges, too. Zoey has had some rough days, swollen feet, sleepless nights, and concerns about her health, but Alex has been there every step, taking time off work, cooking her favorite meals, and reassuring her we've got this. We're a team. One of the sweetest moments is Alex reading to the bump. Every night, he picks a book, Goodnight Moon or The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and reads in a soft, silly voice. Zoey laughs and says, "You're already the best dad." Alex blushes, but keeps going, making sure the baby knows his voice from day one. Family and friends have rallied around them. Bill helped build baby furniture. Jen shared medical advice, and Alex's sister threw a small shower with a diaper cake and lots of laughter. A friend said, "Zoey and Alex are the real deal. That baby is lucky." As the big day nears, Zoey and Alex are savoring these last moments together. They take walks in the park, hands intertwined, talking about the future. Zoey said, "I'm nervous, but with Alex I feel ready." Alex added, "I just want to see her hold our baby. That's all I need." Zoey, Klein, and Alex's story is incredible. From a secret vineyard wedding to a magical room date, a life-changing pregnancy, and now the brink of parenthood, their love has carried them through every twist. Soon, they'll welcome a little one into their world. Zoey said, "I'm so grateful for Alex and this life we're building." Alex said, "Zoey's my heart, and this baby is our future. I'm ready for it all." Fans are invited to guess the baby's gender in the comments, keeping the excitement going. On another note, Zoey Klein recently struggled with school. She didn't do well on a major exam. Jen Arnold shared that Zoey failed her vision screening at school, which may mean she needs to wear glasses. While failing a test can be stressful, it has a silver lining. Zoey might join the family's fashionable eyewear club, something she shares with her mom. Fans are also in shock over Will and Zoey's growth. Both have matured a lot since moving to Boston. Zoey is now 12 and will officially become a teenager in September 2024. Relocating from Florida to New England brought new challenges, including making new friends and adjusting to a new school. But they supported each other and adjusted well. The family enjoys their new home and the occasional snow. Jen recently updated fans on Zoey's school test and shared that failing it isn't the end. It's a chance for Zoey to grow. Over time, fans have watched the Klein kids come of age, from their adoption into the family to now navigating school and life in a new city. Since the little couple stopped airing in 2019, fans rely on Jen Arnold's social media to follow updates. She frequently returns to Florida with her family, maintaining ties to the place they spent so many years. Recent photos from a Florida vacation showed the dramatic growth of Will and Zoey, which amazed fans. On a recent family trip to New York City, fans were again surprised by how much both Will and Zoey have grown, reflecting the maturity and independence they've gained since leaving Florida and settling into their lives in Boston as time moves forward. The excitement around Zoey and Alex's life continues to grow. With the baby's arrival just around the corner, every day feels more special and more emotional. The house is filled with anticipation, small details, and quiet moments that mean everything to them. Zoey has started slowing down a bit as her due date gets closer. Simple things like walking around the house or getting comfortable at night have become more challenging. Still, she keeps a positive mindset. She spends time sitting in the nursery, gently rocking in the chair, imagining what life will be like once the baby arrives. Sometimes she talks softly, saying, "We're ready for you. Take your time, but not too long." Alex watches these moments quietly. He often stands by the door, smiling, realizing just how much their lives are about to change. He's taken on more responsibilities at home, making sure everything is prepared. From cooking meals to double-checking the hospital bag, he wants nothing to go wrong. One evening, as rain softly tapped against the window, Zoey looked at Alex and said, "Do you think we'll be good parents?" Alex didn't hesitate. "I know we will. We already are." That kind of reassurance means everything to Zoey. Even on her toughest days, She feels safe knowing Alex is right there with her. As the final week approaches, the couple gets a call from the doctor confirming everything is progressing well. It brings them peace, but also makes things feel very real. This is no longer something in the future. It's happening now. The night before Zoey's due date, they can barely sleep. Zoey keeps shifting, trying to get comfortable, while Alex lies awake, staring at the ceiling, thinking about holding his baby for the first time. Around 3 a.m., Zoey nudges him gently. I don't think I can sleep at all. Alex laughs softly. Me neither. They end up sitting together in the living room, wrapped in a blanket, talking about everything. Names, dreams, even silly things like who the baby might look like. It's one of those quiet, unforgettable nights. Then, the moment finally comes. Early in the morning, Zoey feels the first real signs of labor. At first, she's unsure, but as the contractions become stronger, she looks at Alex and says, it's time. Everything suddenly moves fast. Alex grabs the hospital bag, helps Zoey into the car, and drives carefully, but quickly. The ride is filled with a mix of nerves and excitement. Zoey holds his hand tightly, breathing through each wave, while Alex keeps saying, you're doing amazing. We're almost there. At the hospital, the doctors and nurses take over, guiding them through each step. Alex stays by Zoey's side the entire time, never letting go of her hand. Hours pass, filled with effort, emotion, and strength. And then in one beautiful moment, their baby is born. The room fills with a soft cry, the kind of sound that changes everything. Zoey bursts into tears instantly, overwhelmed with love. Alex stands frozen for a second, then begins to cry too, unable to believe what just happened. It's our baby, Zoey whispers. When the nurse places the baby in Zoey's arms, time seems to stop. She looks down, smiling through tears, gently touching the tiny fingers. Alex leans closer, his voice shaking as he says, Hi there, we've been waiting for you. That moment becomes the most important memory of their lives. Soon after, family members arrive. Bill and Jen are emotional the second they see the baby. Jen quietly says she's perfect, while Bill smiles proudly, placing a gentle hand on Alex's shoulder. You did good, he says. The room fills with love, laughter, and tears. Photos are taken, stories begin, and a new chapter officially starts. Back at home, life changes in ways Zoey and Alex never expected. The days are longer, the nights are shorter, and everything revolves around their baby. There are sleepless nights, diaper changes, and moments of exhaustion, but none of it feels too heavy. Because every time the baby smiles or wraps tiny fingers around theirs, it all feels worth it. Zoey sometimes sits quietly, holding her baby, thinking about everything that led to this moment. From her childhood, to her secret wedding, to this new life, everything feels connected. Alex, too, has changed. He's more focused, more caring, and even more protective. Every little sound from the baby wakes him up. Every small milestone excites him. One night, as they sit together watching their baby sleep, Zoey leans on Alex's shoulder and says, We did it. Alex smiles and replies, No, we're just getting started. And he's right. Their story is far from over. In fact, it's only just beginning to, as the weeks pass, Zoey and Alex slowly settle into their new life as parents. At first, everything feels overwhelming. The late night feedings, the constant crying, and the pressure of doing everything right can be exhausting. But with each day, they grow more confident. They start to understand their baby's needs, learning the difference between a hungry cry and a sleepy one. Zoey finds herself adapting in ways she never imagined. She used to worry if she would be a good mother, but now those doubts begin to fade. Every time she comforts her baby or gets a small smile in return, she feels reassured. She starts creating little routines, morning cuddles by the window, soft lullabies before naps, and quiet bonding moments that make her feel deeply connected. Alex, on the other hand, becomes the steady support system of the house. He balances work and home life, always making sure Zoey never feels alone. If the baby wakes up in the middle of the night, Alex is often the first to get up. He gently rocks the baby, walking slowly across the room, whispering soft words to calm them down. One night, Zoey wakes up to find Alex sitting in the dim light, holding the baby close. "You should sleep," she says softly. Alex smiles, his eyes tired but warm. "I just like being here. I don't want to miss anything." Those little moments remind Zoey how lucky she is. As the baby grows, small milestones begin to appear. The first real smile brings tears to Zoey's eyes. The first time the baby grips Alex's finger tightly makes him laugh with pure joy. They start capturing everything. Photos, videos, even little notes about each moment so they can remember it forever. Family continues to play a big role in their lives. Bill visits often, always ready to help with anything that needs fixing around the house. Jin gives advice when needed, especially during moments when Zoey feels unsure. But she also steps back enough to let Zoey find her own way as a mother. One afternoon, Jin watches Zoey gently feeding the baby and says, "You've really grown into this." Zoey smiles and replies, "I think I'm finally starting to believe I can do this." The support around them creates a strong, loving environment for the baby. As months go by, Zoey and Alex begin to find balance again. They start going on short walks as a family, enjoying fresh air and simple moments together. Sometimes they sit in the park, watching the world go by while their baby sleeps peacefully in the stroller. During one of these walks, Zoey looks at Alex and says, "Do you remember when we used to talk about this?" Alex nods. "Yeah, it felt like a dream back then." "And now?" Zoey asks. Alex smiles. "Now it's better than anything we imagined." Their bond grows stronger with each passing day. At home, the nursery that once felt like preparation now feels alive. The rocking chair is used every day. The soft music plays often, and the walls filled with gentle colors now hold memories. The mural Alex painted becomes a backdrop for so many special moments. Feeding time, playtime, and quiet evenings. There are still hard days, of course. Some nights feel endless, and sometimes the baby cries for reasons they can't understand. Zoey has moments where she feels overwhelmed, where she wonders if she's doing enough. But Alex always reminds her, "You're doing amazing. We're learning together." And that becomes their strength. They face everything as a team. As their baby grows older, their personality starts to shine. Little sounds turn into giggles. Random movements turn into playful kicks. Zoey and Alex begin to see small pieces of themselves in their child, and it fills them with happiness. Friends who visit often comment on the love in the home. One friend says, "You can feel it the second you walk in. This place is full of warmth." And it's true. The home is no longer just a place. It's a feeling built from love, patience, and shared dreams. Zoey also begins to reflect on her own journey more deeply. From growing up in a well-known family to finding her own path, falling in love, and becoming a mother, everything has shaped her into who she is now. She feels stronger, more independent, and more grounded than ever before. Alex continues to support her in every way. Whether it's encouraging her to take time for herself or simply sitting beside her during quiet evenings, he remains her partner in every sense. One evening, as they sit together watching their baby sleep peacefully, Zoey whispers, "Thank you for this life." Alex looks at her and replies, "We built this together." And in that moment, everything feels complete. But their journey is far from over. There are still so many firsts ahead. The first steps, the first words, the first day of school. Each moment will bring new challenges, but also new joy. Zoey and Alex know that life will continue to change, but one thing will always stay the same: the love that started it all. That secret relationship, that quiet wedding, that magical night, all led to this beautiful life they now share. And as they look toward the future, they do so with hope, excitement, and a deep sense of gratitude for everything they have built together. Emma laughed along, feeling completely at home. "We're thinking maybe a name that honors both sides of the family," she said, resting her hand on her belly. Jen smiled knowingly. "That's a good idea. Names carry stories. Make sure it's one with a happy story." As spring turned to summer, the due date approached. The couple had gone through birthing classes, stocked up on diapers and baby clothes, and had a hospital bag ready for the big day. Will, despite being a pediatrician, was nervous. What if I freeze? What if I can't help? He asked Emma one evening as they reviewed their birth plan. Emma laughed softly. "You're the calmest, smartest person I know. Just be here with me. That's all I need." Finally, the day arrived. Emma went into labor early one morning. Emma was right by her side. Hours passed in a whirlwind of contractions, medical staff, and supportive words. Through it all, they held hands, whispered encouragements, and imagined meeting their child for the first time. When their baby was finally born, a healthy, vibrant little girl, tears streamed down both their faces. "She's perfect," Will whispered, brushing a lock of hair from Emma's forehead. Emma, exhausted but radiant, smiled. "She's ours." They named her Lily, inspired by her gentle spirit, and the flower